presentation, I'm going to explain what are the functions of coupling capacitors and emitter bypass capacitors in bipolar junction transistor BJT amplifiers. Now let us see the role of coupling capacitors in bipolar junction transistor amplifiers. This is a BJT amplifier in which the resistances R1 and R2 are used for biasing. This is a voltage divider biasing, and RC is the collector resistance RC, and RE is this one emitter resistance. Across that one a capacitor CE is connected, and the load is connected this through again a coupling capacitor CC. A load RL is connected, and the input side here source voltage source is connected to this. RS is the source resistance, VS is the source voltage, and this is the coupling capacitor gain. Both the CS and C are both are coupling capacitors, and the coupling capacitor on the source side CS, and coupling capacitor at the load side it is represented as CC. Now the resistances R1, R2 and RE that forms the biasing and stabilization circuit. Function of R1, R2 for biasing, and for stabilizing that operating point we are using a emitter resistance RE. And the purpose of a biasing circuit is to fix the or establish the required operating point, and the resistor connected across the output terminal is called the load resistance. This is called the load resistance. And the input capacitor, or that's called the coupling capacitor, that is the input capacitor, that's coupling capacitor. In source side it is represented as CS, and load side it is represented as CC. Now the coupling capacitor CS is used to couple the AC signal to the transistor. That is, the AC signal from the input is coupled to the base of the transistor through this coupling capacitor CS. Or another way, DC is blocking, only it passes the AC signal, or input, that is base terminal, and blocks to the input of this base terminal, and this will be blocking the DC component containing the input signal. If there's a DC component at the input side that is blocked by this capacitor, that passes only the AC signal to the base terminal or to the input of the transistor. That is a function of coupling capacitor CS at the input side, that passes only the AC signal from the source. It's also called, that's why they are called blocking capacitor, because that blocks the DC component and that passes the AC component. Sometimes we call it blocking capacitor, or that's also called coupling capacitor. And the output of the amplifier, because at this point if you see that one, here you will be getting an amplified version of the input signal. Apart from that, there will be DC shift will be there. A amplified version of the signal plus a DC shift will be. A DC voltage is also coming into that one. But we don't want that DC at the output side. We want to remove the DC what is getting at this point. That is why we are connecting another capacitance at the output side CC that removes the DC component, and that allows only the AC component through the load. Load may be sometimes the microphone, and in that one loudspeaker. Microphone is this side, source side. That signal is coming from this side, and speaker is the loudspeaker. Speaker will be maybe the load. Therefore, here the DC is to be blocked, and only that passes the amplified version of the AC signal. And that is at the output of the amplifier, the DC component introduced during the amplification is removed by CC, and that is connected to the output load resistance RL. That is a function of this coupling capacitor at the output side to block the DC, that's here, and similarly this is blocking the DC at the input side, and that will be passing only to the AC signal from the source. In this slide I'll be explaining the role of coupling capacitors in BJT. Already we have started, and it's a continuation of that one. And in the absence of this coupling capacitor CS, the signal source resistor RS, that is this is source resistance RS is there, that will be coming across R1 and R2. R1, if you draw the equivalent circuit of AC equivalent circuit, R1 come in parallel with R2. to that one, this RS also will be coming. That's also RS will come across the R1 and R2, and that will be reducing the total resistance or the total bias, that will be affecting the biasing. If you are not connecting the CS, it will be affecting the biasing because of the source resistance RS. That will come across RS, and thus the changes this condition, biasing condition, that will be changing. This capacitor allows only the AC signal to pass. That is, AC signal is allowed to pass through this one. And for coupling one stage of the amplifier to the next stage, that is one stage to the next stage. Here, one stage of the amplifier is connected to the next stage of the amplifier to the next stage of the amplifier, or the AC load line. In that one, that is in AC load line, we will be using the coupling capacitor. And another capacitor, CC, is connected at the output side. This is the capacitor connected to the output side. And here, output side stage. In the absence of this, RS will come in that is what we see in the absence of in this absence, RS will come in parallel with R1 and biasing of the next stage, that is be affecting the biasing. And coupling capacitor connected at the output will block the DC part and pass only the AC signal to the load at the output. That is, as I already told you, here if you see that this is the amplified version of the signal plus DC shift will be there. You don't want that DC shift. That is why we have to remove the DC. That is done by this coupling capacitor at the output side, CC, and that is AC amplified version of the AC is passed through this load, maybe the loudspeaker. That is, if it is a microphone at the input side, that will be amplified and given to the speaker. That is a function of this coupling capacitor at the output side, CC. Continuing the role of coupling capacitor in bipolar junction transistor amplifiers, if you can write this as the IB is the DC base current due to the biasing, that is capital IB. Therefore, base current due to the biasing, that base, this is DC base current due to the biasing plus small I capital B plus AC base current due to the input signal. That is the AC base current due to the input signal that is passing through this coupling capacitors plus the biasing current, that is the total base current, that is represented as IB. That is this current. This current is equal to IB. That is IB is this current due to this biasing voltage VCC DC current plus this AC current, that is small IB is the AC part of the current. And similarly, that will be amplifying this AC, small IB gets amplified to small IC, and of course that IC is the collector DC value of the collector current equal to IC. Therefore, the collector current is equal to it's a small IC get constant DC current capital IC plus small AC part of the current IC for a DC component plus an AC component, which is equal to beta times IB plus beta times small IB, or beta times I capital B plus I small b. That is the collector current. And similarly, the emitter current also has got two parts. One is due to the DC part, capital I E, and this is due to the AC part of the component, AC part of the input signal, small IE. For the small IB, small IC, and small IE, these part are due to the AC signal applied to the at the input side, because that will be allowing only the AC part by this coupling capacitor. Capital IB, capital IC, and capital IE is due to the biasing voltage. Because of the biasing voltage VCC, that voltage. Therefore, these are the equations for actual base current I capital B, I capital C, and I capital E. Now let us see the role of emitter bypass capacitor in bipolar junction transistor amplifier, because across the emitter terminal a capacitor, bypass capacitor CE is connected. Actually, the function of CE is to pass the AC signal will be passing through this. That is, AC signal is allowed to pass through this one. That is, will be low reactance. DC will be blocking. Only the AC signal will be passed through this one. For when AC signal is applied to an amplifier, AC current flows through RC and RE. That is, in the absence of CE, assume that there is no CE here, and when AC current flows, the AC current be flowing through RC and RE in the absence of CE. But this current flowing through the RE will be developing a variable voltage, that is, in the absence of CE, due to the AC current through RE, that will be producing a variable voltage drop across RE, and apart from the voltage drop due to the DC current. For this, actually this IE consists of capital IE plus small ie, because capital IE means the DC part of the current and small ie is the AC part of current due to the input signal. Therefore, there will be a drop, or total drop of this due to the DC current plus AC current, that is in the absence of CE. Therefore, due to this voltage drop, actually this voltage drop is acting as a negative feedback to this amplifier, or that will be increasing, that is this will produce an additional negative feedback to the emitter, because due to this AC component it will be producing an additional negative feedback, and that will be due to the negative feedback the gain of the amplifier gets reduced. That is why you don't want to pass the AC through this resistance. In order to do that one, we are connecting a capacitor across this RE, so that AC is not flowing through this RE. There won't be any drop due to the AC current. Only the drop is due to the DC part of the current, capital IE. That is, this will be reducing the overall gain of the amplifier. If we are not connecting the CE, that will be flowing through the RE. Even AC part also flows, and gain gets, because negative feedback voltage drop increases, that will be acting a negative feedback to this input of the amplifier, and the gain gets reduced. Therefore, the capacitor CE connected across RE provides a short circuit path for the AC signal, that is small ie. Small ie will be flowing through this CE, AC circuit for the AC signal, and reduces the effect of additional negative feedback due to the AC signal through RE. In the absence of this one, there will be AC signal also is to be flown to that one. But if you connect a capacitor like this one, AC signal will be going through this one, so that drop across RE is only due to the DC component of the current, capital IE. Therefore, the negative feedback gets reduced, and the reduction in gain is also gets reduced. That is why we are using a emitter bypass capacitor CE, the effect of additional negative feedback. Therefore, this reduction in gain due to the negative feedback, due to the feedback due to the AC signal is eliminated by providing a capacitor CE across RE. Therefore, we are providing a capacitor across RE in order to pass the AC component of the signal, so that AC component of the current I small e will not be flowing through RE, and that will not produce a drop across RE. That is why this drop is reducing, or that actually this drop is acting as a negative feedback to this amplifier. Therefore, the effect of negative feedback gets reduced, or the gain of the amplifier, the reduction in gain of the amplifier reduces. That's a function of this capacitor which is connected across RE, that is emitter bypass capacitor. Continuing the role of emitter bypass capacitor in bipolar junction amplifier, as I already told in the previous slide, we are connecting a capacitor across RE, and to pass the AC component to this, so that only this will be going only the DC part of the current, capital IE, and so that the drop is reducing and negative feedback reduces, and gain reduction in gain is reduced. Therefore, CE is included in the circuit to provide a low resistance path to the amplified AC signal. Amplified AC signal means IC is flowing through this one, IB is this current equal to IE. IE is actually sum of IC plus IB, and therefore this current is actually consists of DC part of the current, capital IE, and AC part of the current, small ie. You want to bypass that AC component. For that one, we are connecting a capacitor CE across RE. In the absence of this capacitor, the amplified AC signal passing through this RE will be causing a voltage drop across the RE. That's I already told. This will be reducing the output voltage, and in the absence of CE, there will be a reduction in voltage gain and increase in output resistance. This output resistance increases, as well as there will be a reduction in voltage gain. That is not advantage. Therefore, in order to reduce that reduction in voltage gain, we are connecting a capacitor CE across RE. Therefore, that's what we call emitter bypass capacitor. Therefore, these are the function of emitter bypass capacitor, and the coupling capacitor to couple only the AC signal and block the DC signal, and the output side also that contains both DC and AC. At this side, you want to pass only the AC signal to the next stage or to the load. That is why we are blocking that one also. Therefore, CC is coupling capacitor that couples only the AC signal. Here also it couples only the AC of the input signal, or it blocks the DC signal. And this is to bypass the emitter current. AC current will be flowing through that one, and therefore this drop gets reduced, or reduction in voltage gain due to the negative feedback gets reduced. Therefore, these are the functions of these capacitors in a common emitter or in a common emitter amplifier, BJT amplifier.